guys, how are you guys today on YouTube? Well, I want to kind of show you guys on my opinions on trying to charge devices from just a standard 12 volt battery. Now, you guys can see what I have on my desk right here. I have a sealed lead acid 12 volt battery. I have some LEGO clips. I have 3 different brands of car chargers. I also have my USB to 3-pin adapter and my 3rd generation iPod Touch. Now, these little guys here are branded. This one's a Griffin. This one is a Dorsal. This one is a cheap Chinese made on right here. Anyway, just got some audio clips to test them out. And no, I do not have a female cigarette outlet I can actually test this out the proper way. But we do have a nice size battery. Now, the biggest problem trying to charge any devices with a battery itself, all you're doing is putting energy through the car charger from 12 volts to 5 volts, but it's cycling back into the battery itself. It's not actually going to ground, it's actually going to the ground plate on the battery itself. Now, these batteries here, I'm going to talk more about these lead sealed batteries. These batteries here are sealed for a reason. You can't do any type of maintenance on this battery itself. If the battery goes bad, it just goes bad. Now, this is a pretty old battery, couple years old. It's from, it even has the date code on when it was manufactured, 2007, right down there. And here's your positives and also your negatives. And this is a 12 volt, 7 amp hour battery. But this is not a good type of candidate to charge any on devices with this battery. It's pretty heavy. I mean, this thing has a lot of lead and stuff on the inside of it. But it's a pretty good battery. And of course, we do have the LEGO clips. We're going to be actually using those by hooking them up with the universal charger holder. This is a dual serial brand, and I'm going to somewhat show you guys on the inside of a couple of these different guys. This is a non-USB charger. Again, it's a generic USB charger. And here we have a non-charger. Again, it's also a very nice, it's a Griffin charger as well. And of course, I just have my standard USB cable and my 3rd generation iPod Touch. Now, by trying to hook it up this way, it could work for certain units, but it won't work for the iPods and iPhones and iPads because they use a different type of inverter from these little chargers here. Now, the reason why, by hooking it up through a battery, you can power charge it, but let's go ahead and show you what happens if it charges or if it doesn't charge. Means it's not your chargers. It may be the chargers. It also may be the battery. It might not be supported by the device itself trying to charge it. Alright, let's go ahead and untwist these little LEGO clips. These are like about maybe 4 inches long or something. You know, that yay big, you know, that kind of stuff. Now again, we're going to do one at a time now. We're going to put the negatives on first of the battery. Now, by the way, they do have special connectors you can also use for this as well. But I'm just experimenting with this type of kind of innovation of technology. Anyways, now we're going to start out with the brand on here, the Duracell USB car charger. You can see there's the USB right there, and this is the LED light. This is your positive side, and your negative side is on this side. Now, we're just going to clip these little guys on like this at the pins. It's not going to hurt them. It's going to sit though. And if we're going to use, we're going to find out which side's the negative side. This is the negative side. This side doesn't do anything. It's just in there for sport. We'll clip that on now. We move those out the way. Now we're going to take my 30-pin charger, USB charger by the way. You guys can see USB charger. And we plug it into the iPod. And we plug it into the USB. Now, you guys can see, it charged it, but look what happened. Device not supported. Why is that? Because I'm running it off of a battery instead of actual off of a wall outlet. Now, we're not done yet. We got another one charger. This is a Duracell charger. This is closely supported by the iPods and the iPhones and iPads, but by running it off the battery, it doesn't work. The reason why? Because the device says not supported. Now, we're going to go ahead and try the Griffin one. Now again, the Griffin one's a little bit more tedious, because I'm going to have to figure out how to get it to somewhat laid up here for you guys to actually see what's going on. We do the same thing here, and find out which one's the charging side. Alright, now what we're going to do is I'm just going to put the USB in first. And this is a kind of a cool experiment, kind of showing you guys on what's going to work for the device itself. The reason why most of these will work and most of these won't work. And by the way, again, device not supported. Why? Is because I'm trying to charge it off of a battery. And this is a Griffin charger. Okay? This is a billion Griffin charger. But let's go ahead and do the last one. Is the generic brand charger. Now, the reason why these sometimes don't work is because they need more power. The iPods need more power from the battery than is going to actually get it to work. And this one, this generic one, doesn't even flinch or doesn't do anything. It doesn't even charge the iPod at all. Now, the reason why it does that is because of the circuitry in most of these chargers are different. Now, let's go ahead. I'll put those off to the side. Let's go ahead and actually take apart all three of these USB charging items to actually show you on what they are. Now, it's not because your iPod can't charge off of these. It's if the device is not supported. It's talking about the battery. It's not talking about any of these chargers. I can plug these devices into any type of cigarette outlet because this is actually grounded on a car chassis. Now let's go ahead and take apart this generic one here, shall we? Let's take a look what's on the inside. Alright, now, we got a fuse. Here you got your little cap. And here we got the little screw cap. Now, other thing's somewhat going to run away here. And this is the generic USB charger. And we're just going to go ahead and tear this sucker apart and actually see what's going on the inside. We'll just remove the top. There you go. That's what the inside of this generic one looks like. We have a capacitor, a choke, a diode, a non-capacitor, the USB, LED, and a couple of resistors, and also a voltage regulator inside of it. This is the start of this generic one. Let's go ahead and move the generic one out the way. Put that over there. Just make sure you don't short out the battery itself by taking these apart. And then we just move everything out the way. But let's go ahead and take apart this one and see what's on the inside. Now these are a little bit harder to take apart because of they are sometimes glued shut. Now here we have the inside of my Griffin charger. You can see here's your plus, here's your negatives, here's your internal fuse attached on the outside. Here we have a controller board. This is more capacitors, a choke, and stuff on that one as well. It's pretty nice on how it's built. And let's go ahead and take apart the last one. This one is quite of a little pain in the butt to take apart, but it does come apart very easily. All these do as well. Now we got somewhat broken ports in here. This is the Griffin or the door cell charger. But let's go ahead and just flip this guy up. And you guys can see here's the LED board, here's the USB, and here's all the different types of capacitors, control board, ceramic capacitors, resistors, and a diode as well for all these different little units to actually try to work. Now, if I would plug this in the coal, all three of these USB coal chargers, they should work just fine just off of the coal itself, because that's what they were designed to do, not designed to work off of a battery. Now, I can actually get any type of USB charger to actually charge the iPod if the iPod is the same accessory as the device itself. Now, the device should have 5 volts, right? Not always. Your battery is 12 volts. Okay, but these USB charging devices have to have 12 volts in and 5 volts out, but not always, because you gotta go through all these filters and all sorts of stuff. Now, the reason why this doesn't seem not to work on this battery is because it just doesn't always seem to work from trying to hook it from up to a battery itself. Alright guys, now the one more test I would like to do is actually test this on a cigarette outlet, but again I don't have a female cigarette outlet to test it on. Alright guys, if you are brand new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, please like, please share. Peace out, bye guys, and also leave a comment down below on why this older iPod does not support any of these devices, because it just doesn't do it. Alright, later guys.